Scott, that sounds beautiful. What's up, y'all? Big Western Mass. Greenfield. The Holy 10 Forward. It's a spiritual pleasure to be here. I just heard, unfortunately I missed the very beginning of that spiritual Omid music, but I got to see the second spiritual half, and that was off the motherfucking chain right there, man. Omid, that was incredible. My name's Frank Hurricane. Song's about being down in Tennessee. Well, I went up to Sneedville and my whip had myself a psychedelic trip. Ain't no place like Sneedville, Tennessee. Well, I did some Yeti powder, popped a couple of pills. Sneedville's full of them holy thrills. Spiritual River, won't you help me ease my mind? Oh, Austin River flow, a Sneedville blues can't take my soul away. Well, that town's as corrupt as can be. Had a guy named Cricket, he was Cricket OG. Born and raised in Sneedville, Tennessee. He said you can't trust nobody up in that place. Everybody's packing and them trees is laced with that mystical powdered PCP. Oh, Austin River flow, a Sneedville blues can't touch my soul. No. Holy mountain wind, yeah, you're my best friend. You set me free and easy. In the back of a truck in the middle of the night, in the deep dark hollow beneath the pale moonlight, laying back, listen to a country song. Had a gasoline fire, old boy fell in, covered in plastic, got that only second skin. A Sneedville, you know, you're off the chain. Oh, the river flow, a Sneedville blues can't take my soul away. Holy mountain breeze, you set my soul at ease, and you set me free from the city. But them Sneedville blues can't get me. Them Sneedville blues can't get me. Them Sneedville blues can't get me. Oh, them Sneedville blues, they can't get me. No. Spiritual pleasure. You guys got fire. firehouse subs around here? Northampton ain't got no firehouse? D'Angelo's. But I was at a firehouse subs in Atlanta, Georgia, with my family, and it was packed to the gills up in there. Mad chalkies up in the spot. Tons of families and stuff. Packed to the gills. And, you know, I ordered my sub and I said, no mayonnaise, I can't stand that hated stuff. I know a guy who almost went to prison because of mayonnaise. And firehouse subs. He asked for no mayonnaise, he'd had a couple drinks. He went down the way driving. He was driving, he realized they had put mayonnaise on his sub. He pulled the parking brake and did a full 180 in the middle of the street. Started screaming and drove like 100 miles an hour back to the firehouse subs. The Hainted police pulled him over. And he said, I've had a few drinks, but they put mayonnaise on my sub! They let him go in the firehouse and get his sub replaced. I can't stand mayonnaise. And I said, put extra jalapenos on it. And the dude goes, you like spice? I said, yeah. He said, we got a special sauce up in the back. I said, go get it. He said, you want to know what it's called? I said, what's it called? He said, Ass Reaper. I said, no way. My man pulls out a bottle of Ass Reaper with a miniature Grim Reaper doll attached to the top of it. And I opened the bottle, it smelled hellacious. Dumped it all over the sub. Dude goes in front of this pack of Caucasian shrimps up in this mystical firehouse subs. Families packed to the gills. He goes, what you doing tonight? I said, I'm playing a show. He goes, you're gonna shit your pants! He was right. I did. Speaking of that, this next song called Tear Britches Trail. As I was rolling up Tear Britches Trail, thinking about them pink Crocs they put on me in jail. Sometimes you win, sometimes you got to fail. Sometimes you're slugging, sometimes you're the snail. As I was rolling under October skies, thinking about how looking up was kind of like looking in your eyes. Down in Georgia, up in Tennessee, so glad that I know you, everything gonna be free. As I was sleeping above Panther Creek Falls, y'all, big old widow make that tree come down, I'ma crush your boy and all. It was on my birthday in the middle of May, so glad that I know you, everything gonna be okay. As I was chilling in darkness way up high, looking out over lonely towns, Lord, I asked the question why. You touched me so deep, but we barely touched at all. Your eyes are the color, mystical New England fall. I'd like to get down with you in some deep smoky's hail. But until the end, you can catch me on Tear Britches Trail. spiritual pleasure, y'all. Thanks so much to Sarah and everybody here at this holy spot. It's great to be here, man. So you know I was up in the Pacific Northwest. I was playing a psychedelic show and I rolled up to the show. And all of a sudden I realized everybody at the show had like a broken arm or leg or something like that. Missing an appendage or something. And I was like, what's going on here? There were shrimps on canes, crutches, dudes attached to rolling desk chairs with duct tape that's busting around missing legs and stuff like that. I said, what's going down up in this joint? Well, I found out. The opening band was a psychedelic shrimp starts talking about mating with dolphins right off the bat. And I was thinking to myself, my boy Danny Monster Cruz would get along with this guy. Because you know, me and Big Danny, bestiality is our reality. He went straight to bestial with dolphins, and I said, that is off the chain. And then it turns out this guy, he's completely insane. For a month, he ingested every day. All he ate was 7 bong hits, 7 shrooms, and 7 dandelions. And he had some visions and stuff, obviously, but they had to peel his body off the floor at one point, bring him to the hospital, and they pumped him back to life. And I said, man, that dude's off the chain. And that dude and his friends say, y'all staying with us tonight? I said, hell yeah. I said, where you guys live? They said, in the middle of nowhere, a haunted commune. And I said, off the chain. So we go way out in the middle of nowhere. I'm talking an hour drive at least deep into the mystical mountains out there in the Pacific Northwest. And it was dark as can be, pitch black. He said, this is the place. I said, damn. Only light I could see was a mystical haunted trailer and all these like strange warehouses in the forest. The light in the trailer, there was a naked dude standing there. And he was staring out the window at us. And I could have sworn that the naked dude was staring through my eyes into my soul and my inner shrimp. I looked at my boy Big Fat Pat who was sitting next to me. I said, dude, what do you think of that? He goes, I think that dude is staring into my soul. I said, oh my God. I said to our shrimps, I said, who is that? They said, that's Strokey the clown. I said, no. They said, yeah, that's Strokey. He owns this place. I said, oh, hell no. I said, are we going to get to meet him? He says, no. He's going to check us out. And I said, does that mean he's going to come talk to us? He said, no, he'll look at us from a distance. I said, that sounds off the chain. I said, tell me about Strokey. He says, he regularly performs in Dubai. I think to myself, who other than an Illuminati member has ever even been to Dubai? Other than Strokey, the Illuminati shrimp. We're sitting here by a strange lake where he's like, many have died here. And I'm like, okay. And we're chugging brews. And I see Strokey the clown in the distance in the woods, peeking through the bushes and the trees, looking at us. Yeah. And I said, whoa. And they said, it's time to go inside. I said, okay. They said, there's a dog in there. Everything's gonna be fine, but do not look the dog in the eyes. So I went in and it was an obese black lab. And of course I looked that shrimp straight in the eyes. And the dog had human eyes. They were like blue, beautiful human eyes and the saddest eyes I've ever seen in my life. And he just stared at me. And I said, oh my God! I see why they told me not to look him in the eyes. I said, I gotta go to bed. They said, yeah, no shoes allowed. I wore my Crocs in and they started screaming at me. And the next morning, the dog wasn't around. I think maybe they had done some haunted ritual, and it's like an animorph kind of pimp. You know, he morphs from dog to human, and like, you know, Strokey the clown might stroke him down. And so I don't know what's going on with these mystical animals and stuff. But it was a twisted spot. That's what this next one's about, guys. It's called All You Love. Watching me, watching you, stand true to yourself. You can't help falling in love. I love, I love all your love. Just like leaves on the ground, a holy sound of your heart next to mine. Please be kind and go back to the places you hide. I love, I love, all your I know some of y'all I know were hanging in Boston back in the day, especially my man Big Scott Mizrachi doing the holy sound back there. My good old friend, it's a spiritual pleasure. We got some Bostonian shrimps up in the building, I know. And I don't know if y'all remember Miles. Our boy Big Miles. The shrimp posted up outside Tedeschi's on the mystical Razor scooter. I know you remember that guy. Well, there's this guy Miles, and he was posted outside of Tedeschi's corner store in Jamaica Plains. He was in love with me. He would pick me up and hump me in the air and stuff. He was a strange, shriveled type of pimp. And he rolled around on a Razor scooter. He was a rapper. And the local Boston radio station, I'm not even kidding, said that he was like, I believe it was like the 25th best rapper in the history of Boston or something like that. I'd set up a rap show for him one time and he chickened out. He got on stage and stood there with the mic in his hand for about 10 minutes. Me and him and Kung Fu Charlie and a bunch of other shrimps are on stage hyping him up, and then he just walked off stage. Were you there for that?
Scott?
No.
Oh, damn, it was lit. That was at a spiritual venue called Neverland. Peter Pan hung out there, I'm pretty sure.
Never, 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 never.
Well, Fortunately, the Boston bombing had just gone down, and I would rode my bike. I was living at the White House in Jamaica Plaisance, and I'd ridden my bike down to the beach, and then I'd ridden it back. And there was a crowd on Center Street in Jamaica Plain. There was like 1,000 people, and the street was all barricaded off, and there was like 7 helicopters up in the sky and stuff. And I said, guys, what's going on? They said, there's a bomb threat. There's a bomb. And I said, what? They said, yeah, over there in front of Tedeschi's. And I said, okay. Now look over. That ain't no bomb. Now when they said that Miles was one of the greatest rappers, 25th, I believe, in the history of Boston, and I quote his name, Miles the Lyrical Cripple. That is what he called himself. And he had a mangled leg, and he rode around on a mystical razor scooter. But he had the strength of a mammoth. He would pick me up and hump me in the air. And I look over at the suspicious package, and it is Miles the Lyrical Cripple, the spiritual 25th best rapper in the history of Boston, his painted backpack sitting there. And I thought to myself, this is crazy, man. They had mad bomb suit shrimps. They had bomb sniffing dogs. They had a robot out in this joint. An actual robot. They had a shrimp in a robot suit along with the robot. And the robot and the dude in the suit walked side by side over to the backpack. 7 helicopters circling in the sky. 1,000 people. And they bent down and they picked up Miles's bag, and inside was a hainted hairbrush, a bottle of Jergens lotion. We can all imagine what that was for. And like a strange notebook or something like that. And everybody just said, and the guy goes, ugh! And you see him pick up the hainted hairbrush and he threw it on the ground. And he took the backpack, confiscated the Jergens. We all can imagine what he did later with that Jergens. But I heard $3 million or something like that was spent on that escapade. And all because my boy went in to use the bathroom and left his backpack sitting out by the sign in front of the haunted Tedeschi's corner store. It's a spiritual world we live in out here. This song is about that type of thing. I was there that night, that old pine tree fell. Big old pack of chugging-outs was sipping from the well. I didn't get no sleep that night, was underneath the spell of that sacred wind coming over the hill. Every time I go up there, I see people that I know. Pretty sure they're doppelgangers, but I keep it on the low. It's easy to fall in love when you're in that place. Girl, I fell straight in love first time I saw your face. But that other night I almost died, was laying in my bed. Heart was coming out my chest and some demons in my head. I rose up in the morning, man, feeling off the chain. Looked out my window and I saw that mountain range. I know that that girl I love is living in Tennessee. Know that that girl I love is living in Tennessee. I got to keep it spiritual, yeah, I got to keep it G. Cause I know that that girl I love is living in Tennessee. So, me and my holy girlfriend, Kylan, we met in Chattanooga. And, this was about a year ago. I guess it was maybe even like a year and some change. We were eating at a mystical Thai restaurant in Chattanooga. And I like it spicy, you know what I mean?
You already said you want to show yourself.
Well, I almost did today. Because I dogged an insane Thai meal earlier today. And on the road, I thought I may have crapped my pants, but I didn't. I pulled off on one of those mystical roadside stops on Merritt Parkway. And I shot out the ceiling when I sat down on the toilet seat. But here I am, alive, and no crap up in the drawers. But I got my food spicy. I was dogging it down. We were having a mystical date. But there was this granny at another table. And she was staring at me. She was scoping me out, this grandma. And I'm like, dude, this granny is going wild on your boy. Staring at me like crazy. Naughty looks. I'm like, what's going on here? We got out of there. Went to a place called Fish Mania, a psychedelic fish store next door. And Kylan really wanted to get a fish. And I was like, please don't get a fish. We were living in a mystical cabin on the side of the river they filmed that holy romantic comedy Deliverance on. And there was no AC, and I knew the fish wouldn't make it too long, and we were chugging down. And I knew the fish wasn't a good idea, but she was like, let's get this fish. I said, all right, let's get this fish. Spent about $10 million on a little net and stuff for the fish. A beta fish, $2 million. $7 million for the little Hank pellets you gotta give it and stuff. Go up to the counter. The grandma walks into the spot. She looks at me, she goes, is your name Daniel Lockhart? And I said, no. Is your name Daniel Lockhart? And I said, no. My name's Frank Hurricane. She goes, Daniel Lockhart? I said, no. She said, I could swear you were the son of Joseph Lockhart. Daniel used to work on my cars. I said, no, I'm Frank. She said, Daniel Lockhart? I said, no. I named that holy fish Daniel Lockhart. The fish died 2 days later. We threw him in a haunted pond that had no life in it. I mean, this pond was just dark and sucked of all life. We threw that holy Daniel Lockhart's body up in there. The next day, that pond was alive as can be. There was some psychedelic Bartram bass, some bass named after William Bartram jumping out of the thing. There was tons of fish. There was birds and minnows and frogs and stuff. Daniel Lockhart's spirit brought the pond alive. Makes you think about stuff. Everything is pretty spiritual and powerful. Every moment, every Pimpinati choice. It's incredible. This song right here is for my holy girlfriend, Kylan. She couldn't make it. She's working at the Trader Joe's today in holy Philadelphia. But I wrote this song for her when we moved into our place in Chattanooga together. It's called Golden Creek. Gotta retune. I know you well by your shrimp and sides and all the rest. You know I love you the best. The Golden River's filling up. I wanna chug from your holy cup, drink it in, then fill you up again. I love to see what you have to give. It's quite a lot and I love to live. Love living wild, though I'd give you a hurricane, child. I know you well by your shrimp inside and all the rest. You know I love you the best, better than all the rest. I love you the best. I got 2 more spiritual tracks because I know we on kind of a mystical time crunch. There is one more shrimp after me, correct? Is that awesome? Hell yeah! Beats Blizzog. I want to make sure everybody can get to the next gig, so we about to bust it out real quick here. So this next one right here, man. You know, recently, you know, a lot of us, I know. Everybody's been hurting, you know, because we had shrimps passing away and whatnot, man, you know, and this one's for Holy Jonas right here. Yeah. It's called The Court's Blues. Sitting there by the riverside, thinking about those beautiful round eyes. Sitting there looking at the setting sun, wondering where you'll bide your time. Oh, you're so far away, deep in those Blue Ridge Hills. Oh, you're so far away, deep in those Blue Ridge Hills. Don't cry, my love, it's only a moment. Don't cry, my love, it's only a moment. Believe in that holy great spirit flows through it. Oh, that water flows in a strange design, so does your life. Oh, that water, it will flow all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. One day we will be in that winter sun, wandering beneath those ancient pines. But until then, I will ride that holy river, yeah, and I'll be staying high. Don't cry, my So we got one more holy track here, guys. I got a bunch of records and t-shirts and tapes and stuff, so come holler at me. Please say what up to your boy. Very happy to be in Western Mass. Let's party down. And stick around for the Holy Beats Blizzard. In a strange little town in Georgia, I believe it was called Dallas, Georgia. A strange, haunted kind of spiritual town. Like some haunted pigs all over the place and stuff. Like a haunted kind of mystical suburb, country bumpkin type of pimpinati run by the haunted pigs type of joint, but also some spiritual stuff going on. There was a mystical place called Hippie Beach. It was the one place that everybody could get down and do DMT and stuff like that and hang out. And the hated cops paid $1 million for a new drug sniffing dog. 1 million flat laid out on the table for this haunted dog. And they announced that on this certain day, it was a Saturday afternoon, they were going to bring the haint dog out and release it for the first time upon Hippie Beach. It was summertime, and all these people were out there partying down. Everybody knew the dog was coming. The cops came out, they pulled up, they unleashed the dog. Everybody's terrified, they don't know what's going to happen. The dog instantly runs real fast up into the back of an enormous pickup truck and jumps in and is raging in there. And everybody's like, whose truck is that? They gon' get screwed tonight. Terrified. The dog hops out. Mystical bucket of KFC chicken up his mouth. Dog down about a 10-piece. And then they leashed the dog back up and they took him home and they sent him back to the haunted Washington, D.C. I love some holy Kentucky Fried. This last song right here, called the Nola Chucky River Blues. It's about that holy river we roll down. That river, you might wind up dead. For many a good man lies upon that bed. And if you do be on top of your game, but see a young man sink down, now that would be a shame. Same feelings are flowing through our veins. Those forces beneath and us forces above. Me and that river man, we share the same love. River of death, oh, what a sight. I'd like to stay here every day, sleep out every night. When I stare at that water, I lose my sense of time. Lay there on the bank with my baby drinking wine. The movement of that water, it's the movement in our souls. Ah, yes, we are changing as that river it does roll. And like that river, we will never end. I know. Just keep on rolling and blowing with the wind. River of death, no Cherokee water side. I'd like to stay here every day, sleep out every night. And I step at that water, lose my sense of time. Lay down the bank with my baby, drinking wine. Holy Nola Chucky River Blues. Thank you, Sarah, 10 forward, O'Reilly, Keith Blizzard, Scott Miss Rachi, and everybody, man. Love you, love you. Woo! Thank you, guys. Thank you, y'all.